Welcome to my little mini Wednesday afternoon workshop. This week we're going to be working with the new moon in Pisces. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. And for those of you that have just been watching my previous show on A1R Psychic Radio out of the US of A, I hope you enjoyed the show. We had a great show this afternoon and it was really good to work with you all as usual. So it's lovely to sort of see everybody here this afternoon. I know for most of you that, you know, you sort of feel that the moon has such an influence on your life and you wonder whether or not we can ever escape this. And the answer, the short-term answer to that is no, we can't, because we are human beings, we are emotional, and we are unfortunately governed by the moon, or fortunately in some cases, that our emotions do really react to the moon and its cycles. And the moon cycles actually change every 2.5 days. So that's probably a blessing, because if you're feeling a little bit negative or a little bit run down or a little bit emotionally on edge, it's a good thing to know that it's not going to last long, because within a couple of days the energy will shift of the moon and we'll start to feel more positive and start to feel more alive and heading in the right direction again. I'd like to welcome everybody here to my mini Wednesday afternoon workshop. And yes, we're starting an hour earlier now because of the US of A has gone into daylight saving, and I like to run this little mini workshop directly behind my show in the USA on A1R Psychic Radio on Moonstruck TV. So I'd like to welcome everybody here this afternoon. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Amanda Hall. I've been a psychic astrologer in Australia for over 40 years now. I was inducted into the Psychic Hall of Fame here in Australia in 2013, and for 4 years in a row I've run Psychic of the Year here, voted by the public, which is a really amazing honour. So I thank everybody that supported my career over the years. What I'm endeavouring to do with these mini weekly workshops is help you understand a little bit more about some of the issues that we all face in our lives from time to time, whether it's, you know, how we can heal ourselves, how we can handle our emotions, where the moon is, whether I, you know, want to attract love to my life, my soulmate, money. You know, there's a multitude of things that we all need to work on, you know, from forgiveness right through. So my attempt will be to help you understand and work with the energies, but also show you how you can work with my range of specially designed Eco Soy candles that are hand poured, with the opportunity to help you clear these issues or enhance these issues in your life. So I appreciate that not everybody has money to purchase candles and things like that, but for those of you that do have, that's terrific. For those of you that don't, please just work with whatever you've got, whether that be a petrochemical candle that you've bought from the supermarket or from a $2 shop. If that's all your budget allows, then that's fine. For those of you that want to go into more detail and work with a nice Eco Soy, you know, lead-free wick, that's fine. That's the sort of candles that we make. So it's entirely your choice, but to me it's more important about helping you understand how we can work with the different energies that are in our lives, the things that sort of we get tripped up on, the things that bog us down. And there's always issues and situations in our lives that cause that. So I would like to sort of also extend, before we go too far into the show, for anybody that's looking for a private reading with me, I do not do readings in this little 15-20 minute workshop every week. I do a couple of free readings on my previous show on A1R Psychic Radio on Moonstruck TV every week, but I do not offer free readings here. But you can get a discount on a reading with me if you head to my website, which you'll find on the bottom of this link, and you type in the word in capital letters, Facebook. When you get to the checkout in the coupon box, you will find a discount there for people that have supported my little workshop series. So I'd like to welcome everybody that's joined us here this afternoon. We're going to be working with the new moon. The new moon is a really exciting time of the month, when it's a time when things become fresh and new. It's the time when we set our intentions for the things that we would like to bring into our lives in the next couple of days, the next week, the next month. But I always like to look at things always having two pieces of paper going, one with the things that we can almost touch now and we can bring in hopefully within, you know, the next month, but also the longer range list of things that we're working towards that may take a little bit more effort. So each month we have a new moon, and the new moon is always in the same as the sun sign for the month. So this month, obviously, the new moon is in Pisces because we're in the Pisces time of the year. And the Pisces time of the year to me is a really, really special time of the year because it's like the astrological last month of the year. It's where we do all our sorting out, we do all our releasing, we do all our emotional letting go, hopefully. It's like the last couple of pages of a book. We're nearly at the completion with things. We're sort of tidying everything up and we're letting it go. But also on a very positive level, it's a very creative time. It's a time when we can really sort of start to manifest and allow things to come into our minds, things that we really want to bring out on a creative level. Some people find that they listen to more music or they watch more movies or films and get inspiration and answers out of the creative areas. Some people spend more time in art galleries. It's whatever makes you feel good about yourself that's going to create those creative juices. For many of us, it's a time where we really head to the water. You know, we want to go down to the beach. We want to go to the river. We want to go to the stream. We want to go to the spa. We want to do something that sort of cleanses our soul at the same time. So, okay, so we'd be working with what is known as my new moon candle. And when we work with a candle, we do work with it in this way. We would always write our little list of the things that we would like to bring into our life that are new, things that we're working towards. So we put those on the piece of paper, and it may be I'd like a new job. I'd like a better relationship with my family. It might just be I'd like peace of mind. So they're things that we can work on in the short term. Then we may have some longer term projects that we're working on. You know, I'm working on the family tree, or I'm working on saving money to take a trip overseas, whatever the case may be. So you can write as many things as you like. So you read the list out aloud to yourself on the new moon, which is this Saturday. I always like to get a little bit of a head start. I actually start burning my new moon candle from Thursday because I sort of feel if we can sort of, push the moon along a little bit, give it a little bit of love and attention and show it that we're really working with the energy, that I think by the time we get to the new moon, which is Saturday, and then we've got, the energy going through till Monday, we've really given it a little bit of a head start, and then I like to taper it off with another day or two after that. So a candle we would burn for a minimum of 15 minutes. We would read out the things on our list, place it underneath the candle, and then we would place it on a plate or on a coast, placing it on this being a coaster or a placemat or something, and then putting it onto our piece of furniture, our table, our dresser drawer, whatever we're going to be doing. Please never leave candles unattended, because fires start that way no matter how careful we are, and never under an air conditioner, a fan, or near an open window near a set of curtains, for obvious reasons, because the wind can blow and the curtains can catch on fire. But I will also be doing, because it's the new moon in Pisces, I would also be burning my water sign candle as well, putting the same message underneath that as well, and reading it out aloud as I go to light that too. As I said, a minimum of 15 minutes per day. Anything up to 2 hours is acceptable. Anything much past that, I think you're probably going to be struggling to sort of sit there and be focusing on the energy with it. I like to burn the candles as I'm working so that I can keep an eye on them. And I glance over every 5 minutes or so, and I might only do it in my mind, but I put the intention back in as I'm looking at the two candles or staring into the flame of the candles of what I have on my list. So for those of you that would be liking to travel, well, you could always get a little travel pack. And this one I've made up with 2 new moon candles and the water sign candle, but you're able to have any combination that you like. And it's interesting because, a lot of times people sort of turn around and buy a pack of candles, and they might, buy, one new moon candle and buy, a couple of astrology ones, and then they've got things ready for the up and coming new moons, or the full moon and a new moon and a star sign, or even something else. So it's entirely up to you. So why do we need to work with the energy of the new moon? Well, it's really important because if we work with the energy of the new moon, we're setting our intentions for the new things that we would like to come into our lives. Most of us have a wish list as long as our arm of things that we would like to change in our lives, and 99% of those are unreachable or unrealistic. So if we can prune that list down to something that is realistic, something that's tangible, and something that we can work towards, I feel that's the reasons why we should be doing that. And when we start to work with the water sign energy, we want things to flow in and out of our mind. We want to be able to start to get those epiphany moments, those great ideas, those new opportunities, things that we've been longing to bring towards us. It is a powerful time of the year, and it's, you know, we do have the sun in Pisces as well, so we've got a lot of watery type of energy floating around, and and the Pisces energy is said to be like steam out of a kettle. It's the steam that's rising up into the atmosphere. It's not rock solid, it's not water, it's steam. So this is where we get all these amazing ideas from. And sometimes people say after the Pisces cycle of the year, they feel as if they've been cleansed. They feel as if a lot of things that were bogging them down or weighing them down in their mind have also been released. And this is a good thing. This is not a bad thing. So that in a couple of weeks' time, when we head into the new sign for the year, the beginning of the astrological year of Aries, we feel as if we've released everything that was needing to be released and we can move forward. So it's a very, very positive time. So why would we want to work with the new moon? Well, that's entirely your choice. But for me, as an astrologer, I like to work with the new moon because it gives me some time frames. It gives me times to sort of sit down and be focused on, this is what I'm doing for these few days. I'm being focused on this sort of energy. And then I move forward onto other areas of my life. So it's really important, I think, that if we learn to understand the cycles and understand why our emotions seesaw every which way, we can then start to not so much control our lives, but be more in the driver's seat. I never like the word control because I automatically freeze up and think somebody's giving me orders, like a school teacher telling me what to do. And I don't like being told what to do. I like to do it my way in my time. And I think all of us are pretty much that way if we really are honest with ourselves. It has been a very big week astrologically, and it will be as we head into this new moon, because the new moon this weekend will actually be holding hands or conjunct the planet Neptune, which is the planet that actually rules the Pisces energy. So we've got this really, really big emphasis on Pisces energy, on opportunities to bring in creativity, to find new ways to communicate with people, and to really get to the bottom of a number of emotional issues that have plagued us recently. We are able to come forward now and sort of say, okay, I know which part I played in this emotional issue that was connected with my family or somebody that's important to me, and I'm prepared to put my hand up and own that. Maybe it's a time we can have a conversation, we can sort this out, we can work through the issues in a way that maybe we can approach it from a different angle and look at it from the other person's point of view. What a novel idea that might be. But it certainly is the time where we can have the great epiphany moments where we feel like we've come out of a fog and finally we start to see the mist lifting and we start to feel as if we're progressing and moving forward. And that's the exciting part of working with the new moon, that everything feels fresh and new again. Everything feels like it's been cleansed, that, you know, on a soul level and on an emotional level, that everything's fresh and ready to start again. So this is good. So for those of you that might have only just joined us, my name's Amanda Hall, and I do a little mini workshop here of a Wednesday afternoon where we tap into some of your emotional issues and look at ways to help you bring in new intent, purpose and direction into your life by using my soy candles, but also by my sharing with you some astrological knowledge and some wisdom about how to make some small changes in your life which will have a big impact over time. So if there's anything that you would like me to discuss on the show or you would like me to talk about, please personal message me after the show and I'll endeavour to incorporate it into one of my workshops coming up in the next few weeks. We have got a different time frame now. It's 1 hour earlier than previously because of my show commitments in the US start an hour earlier now due to their daylight saving over there, which we currently have daylight saving here in parts of Australia, not here in Queensland, and that'll be changing fairly soon too. So that's the reason why the show is an hour earlier. For those of you that would like to purchase a candle, book a reading, get an astrology chart done, or purchase one of our amazing products, head to my website, which is amandahallpsychic.com.au, and don't forget when you're at the checkout, type in the coupon box, type in Facebook in capital letters, and you'll get a nice little discount there for being part of our workshop series here on Facebook every week. And it's really exciting because we get the opportunity to connect with everybody and say hi, and I will try and answer any messages after the show as quickly as I can and personally say hi back to you for participating with us. On next week's show, we're going to have a very different slant to a subject that a lot of people don't particularly like to talk about, and that's grief and loss. So next week's workshop will be called My Angel in the Sky for appropriate reasons, because we will be featuring my candle that I did design particularly for that reason, for us having a specific candle that we can use to honour the people that are no longer with us, whether it be at birthdays, anniversaries, Easter, Christmases, that they're passing, or just that we want them closer to us. And it was something that I know over the years that I personally have had candles that I've bought in different places and used a specific candle for that reason. And I thought, well, it would be really nice if we had just a specific candle that just did that, that people can buy and they can use it whenever they feel the need, whether they want to do it on a daily basis or just keep it for special occasions. But it's a nice subtle way, and particularly as we head into holidays again, we're heading into Easter, and I know a lot of you purchased them just prior to Christmas and had the My Angel in the Sky candle burning on the Christmas table, where it was just a nice little tribute to those that were no longer sitting at the table with us in the person, but they're there with us in spirit. So I'd like to sort of take this opportunity to thank you once again. I hope you've enjoyed what I'm doing. And as I said, I'm very happy to sort of incorporate anything into coming shows that you might want to have answered. And I look forward to working with you again next week. I do a show at high noon here in Australia on Facebook Live with A1R Psychic Radio on Moonstruck TV. That's on just prior to my workshop live here on Facebook. So each week they'll run back to back, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you for joining me, and have a great week. Bye for now.